Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the Vrooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8. And today, well, today is December the 25th as I'm recording and releasing this video. That means that it's Christmas Day, baby! Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that, it's fine, don't worry about it. We're still gonna talk about the game because Gameloft did give us a couple of gifts for the celebrations. Again, whether you celebrate it or not, a free gift is a free gift. Well, if it's a gift, it should be free, right? Anyway, whatever, so let's talk about what Gameloft has recently introduced, which is a new way of claiming gifts through a website. Now, they just posted this on Discord, and basically it's a link to a website. After you go in there, it's gonna ask you to enter your player ID, and then once it validates that it's a valid player ID, then you can use the code that it's in bold there, make us gift with the capitalization, one word and all that. And once you do that and you re-enter the game, if you already had it open, then you have to close it, then re-enter the game, and then you will be given one Class S direct upgrade and two Class A direct upgrades. Now, that's not a ton. It's not like, oh my god, it's the best rewards ever, but to be fair, it's still a gift and it's something that we got for free, so that's kind of cool. Now, this system, we have seen it already in Asphalt 9. They do something like this with the website to claim and all of that stuff, so it's interesting to see that they're bringing this also into Asphalt 8, and hopefully this is also going to mean that they're going to continue bringing more gifts in this sense where you can just claim it in this way. So I think that's relatively convenient, but why don't you let me know in the comments what you think. Were you able to claim this? Even if you haven't, then go ahead, try it. Remember, once you claim the gift on the website, make sure you close the game and then reopen it, because if you just kept it open, it's probably not gonna pop up right away. You have to close it, reopen it, and then it'll show up. But yeah, there you go. That is the first thing that they gifted us, let's say. But if you're a little bit confused as to, well, but how do I know my player ID? Well, no worries, because it's really easy. Every time that you open the game, you get into this tab of the screen. And you can see I put a big arrow over there. That's showing right there, it's your player ID. Now, you can see that it has some additional numbers. Now, obviously, this is not my actual ID. I just put some whatever numbers and letters. But that whole thing where it says EUR_111, all of that, that's not it. Your player ID is after the after the colon. In this case, it's the 1A to BB. Now, you can see that there's a little icon to the right of that. That is because once you open the game, if you tap on that icon, it's gonna copy your player ID, and then you can paste it on the website. So that's how you know your player ID. I think you can see it through your player what's it called, profile, but I'm not exactly sure where. I don't care. You see it every time that you open the game, so there is that. That's how you get your player ID, and then how you claim it on the website, or rather how you use it to claim your gift on the website. Now, all of that is fine and dandy, but there is another gift that Gameloft gave to the players. Now, for the past several days, every time that you log into the game for the first time of that particular day, Gameloft would put a pop-up that would give you a gift. There were some credits, I believe, some wild cards, some fusion coins, or a sweater for obviously your avatar. And the main reward that was given for December 25th, I guess your Christmas gift, if you want to look at it that way, was a Class C Master Key. And to show this to you, I decided to switch to my other account because in my main account I already have a lot of cars, so whatever the cars that I could acquire from the Master Key is not the same list that you're gonna see. My list is much smaller. So I decided to go in here where I literally only have one single car, the basic car, so we will be able to see every single card that you can get through the Master Key. Now, if you're completely unaware of what a Master Key is, it's basically an opportunity for you to get a car from a particular class, in this case Class C, from a pool of cars that is already available. Now, that doesn't mean that you can get any car. There are certain cars that are not available, and that is by design, and some others because Gameloft never updated. But let's have a look at this. So once you go over here, you can sell your Master Key, don't do it, for 3,000. It's not a lot, it's completely worthless to sell it, so instead just use it. So you go over here, use Master Key, and here are the options that you can get. So let's go the other way around. Let's go from the bottom up. All of these cars obviously are cars that I don't own, and because I don't have any other card than the basic, these are all the cars available through the Master Key. Now I'm gonna go from the bottom up because the cars at the bottom are in quote-unquote the worst ones. So here we go, we got some Alfa Romeo, AC, Bentley Continental, BMW, Nissan Skyline, a favorite for a lot of people that are into JDM, I suppose, a beautiful Mercedes-AMG C63 Coupe touring car, not an amazing car, but oh boy, Jaguar, Maserati. I'm gonna keep going through this so that you can see them. I'm gonna go a little bit slower, I'm not gonna read every single one of them, but what I want to mention is that you should think a little bit of which car you want to get. Now, there's several things that you can consider as to the car that you can get through the key. Some of them has to do with, well, is the car good? But maybe is the car a rare one? Is this car an exclusive one? Is this car a token car? There's a lot of things to consider, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, because for people that finally have gotten a key and they don't know what they should be using it for, the first thing I'm gonna say is don't let yourself be influenced by what I'm about to say. Everything that I say about this game and all of that is my own personal view as to how I like playing the game, how I like doing things. Of course, you should go for what you want, but if you want to hear my suggestions, then stick around because we're gonna have a look at that. So like I was saying, as you can see, I'm already going in the 1500 cars. And obviously, being a Class C, it can be cars from the bracket of 1410 to the bracket of 1500. Which one should you go for in terms of the bracket? Well, it's a tough one, because obviously it sounds better for you to get the 1500 ranked cars. It makes sense. However, keep in mind that they're also more expensive to upgrade, so that's another thing that you should consider. Now, as far as performance, probably the best ones that you could go for are gonna be the Lotus ER9. This thing is such a good car. Now, it's not a straight up a king or anything, but it's really, really, really good. And the Resbani Beast-X is also a very strong car in this bracket. From there onwards, the Asterion, it's also a very, very, very good car. I have no idea about the Ecouz, because that's totally how it's pronounced. And other than that, honestly, I haven't tested every single car, so it's not like I can say, oh, this is a fantastic car. Though I believe that this is a pretty decent one, but honestly, I don't know. From my own experience, I can tell you that the Lotus ER9, the Asterion, and which other did I say? The Resbani Beast-X are really, really good cars. Now, I understand that this is not a fantastic one, so just FYI. But if I may interject, I would suggest you to go for this beauty, because holy mother of... Oh, can I... Oh yeah, check it over here. You can have a look at the car. Oh, this thing, it's beautiful. And you may have noted that this is the car that I had shown in my other profile as I started the video, because I wanted to subconsciously influence you into getting this car. Now, I'll be completely honest, this is not an amazing car to drive. It's kind of heavy, though it does have some amazing nitro duration, but don't expect this to be a king. I just wanted to mention it, because just look at that ginormous wing. But anyway, yeah, in terms of performance, this is not amazing. It is not terrible, so I'm just saying, it just has a big wing, so why not? But yeah, other than that, in terms of the 1500 bracket, I think those would be my suggestions. If you're aiming for the previous bracket, the one of 1410, let's see, here we go. This is already from the other bracket, slightly cheaper to upgrade. This is a very good car, the KTM Crossbow GTX. I don't know about this. The Beltoise, from what I understand, is not a good car. I already upgraded it, but I haven't driven it enough, so... And it's electric, so who cares? The Alfieri seems to be okay. I haven't never driven this thing, so I don't really have a ton of experience of the cars in this bracket. But there's another thing, for example, with this car right here. Now, like I mentioned, you may want to go for performance, but if what you want to go for rarity or for cars that are difficult to acquire, for example, this is a car that only sells for tokens. So unless you go premium in the game, in order to buy tokens, you would never be able, normally would not be able to acquire this car, because you need the premium currency, one of the two premium currencies, because tokens and vouchers are both premium, but you know what I'm saying. So for example, this is another type of car that you can get. Whether it performs good or not, I have no idea, because even in my main account, I don't own it. But if you're aiming to get some of those cars that would not be accessible for a free-to-play player, or you're not buying tokens or anything like that, then there you go. Because for example, if you look at another car like the BMW Homage, this is a car that you can buy for fusion coins, meaning you can just watch ads for a few days and you'll have enough to purchase it. So is it really worth to spend your key on something that you could get by just watching ads for a few days, or however many days it's gonna take? So that's another thing to consider. For example, this Barrow Alcador, it's actually there's this weird issue that started in this version of the game. For some reason, cars that are no longer in the store to purchase directly, you cannot check them like this. They should open this and show me the car, but it doesn't. So this means that this is a car that is not available for purchase through any means, meaning you can get it for credits, nor for fusion coins, for tokens, or nothing. So this is a car that is off sale, but it's still in the game, so you could get it in that way too. Now it's a bit unfortunate that you cannot look at it, because it would be good to be like, oh yeah, and let me look around and all of that of that car. But let's hope that Game of does fix this. So that's why I was saying that there's definitely a bunch of things that you need to consider in terms of which car do you want to get. Oh man, I mentioned this car earlier. I just really like this car. But again, that's another one that you can get for fusion coins. So I wouldn't recommend you spending a key on this, but just look at that wing. It's a little bit narrow, but the car still looks kind of dope. So which car should you go for? Like I mentioned, oh, what about the, no, I think this is fusion coins, isn't it? Oh, it's for credits. No, don't do it like that. So again, my suggestion would be, oh, and by the way, you can also spend 1,000 fusion coins and converting the Class C key into a Class D. Don't do it. Why would you want to do it unless you really have all of the cars in Class C and you're missing some of Class D? But anyway, so overall, my suggestion would be go for a car that performs really good. Just keep in mind that it's going to take you a long time to upgrade, or go for a car that it's rare or unacquirable in any other way, meaning or that it's a premium one, like I mentioned, tokens or vouchers or whatever. So yes, that's all that I can tell you in terms of the key, because really this is a very personal thing as to which car you want to use your key on. And granted, it's just Class C. It's not like, it would have been amazing if they had given us a Class B, A, or even a Class S master key, right? But oh well, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a free car of your choice. So there you go. Again, I suppose that my main suggestion, if you're looking for rank and performance, I would go either for the Lotus ER9, Resvani Beast X, or the Asterion. And if not that, then it's completely up to you. But again, just keep in mind that some cars are not purchasable, like the Asterion. You can see I go in to check it, it doesn't show, because this car you cannot get in any other way at the moment. That's not to say that it will never be available again. At some other point they will make it and put it on sale. But you know, Gameloft does hide some cars from time to time to make them more exclusive, to have a bit more of FOMO. If you don't know what that means, it's fear of missing out, whatever. So yeah, there you go. Just wanted to talk about the master key, because hey, free car. Let's take advantage of that, right? Now, if I may for a few minutes talk about the pay to winage in this game, meaning no longer about things that are free, but instead things that cost money, I want to talk about some of the sales that are available right now in the shop. As I usually say, I'm not trying to convince anybody to spend money on the game, so feel free to skip this part if you really are not interested on this, but I just want to talk a little bit about what's being offered in the game. Now, one thing that again, because I went premium in my main account for a very long time, I didn't know that this message down here was a thing. Make your first purchase and remove ads. Literally, from any purchase that you make in the game, no matter how cheap it is, even if it's a $1 thing that you buy, it's gonna remove ads permanently, the pop-up ads permanently. You can still watch ads to get fusion coins, but those are by choice. But those pop-ups that suddenly when you finish a race or you go into a menu or whatever, they will disappear if you make any purchase. So just keep that in mind if they're really annoying you. Like I said, you can make the most basic purchase and it will remove them. But anyway, so let's talk about the actual sales. This one, honestly, I don't find it too interesting. It's a Class S car, the Aston Martin V12 Vantage 2022. From what I understand, it's not even a great car, and it's not a lot of fusion coins for this. Is, by the way, all of this is in my local currency. This is not 499 US dollars. This is in my currency. This actually just means $20. I'll be telling you what that is. But anyway, not a fantastic one, but here we go. The Christmas currency offer. Now, this is also $20, and this is one of those purchases that I do believe that it's worth. If you're willing to spend money in the game, this is one of the times when it's the most worth it. Why is that? To be completely honest, the credits and the fusion coins, while they seem to be a bunch, honestly, this is not even 20% of what you need to upgrade a Class S car. So it's not that big a deal, because again, you can get these currencies easily, but it's both the vouchers and the tokens what is worth it. Now, just to give you an idea, and I've done this example a few times before, but keep in mind, this is $20. How many tokens would I get for $20 if I were to buy them normally? for $20, again, the same amount of money, you would get 4,000. And how about the vouchers? For $20, I would get 160. So when you compare that to getting 800 vouchers and 10,000 tokens for that price, it's honestly not too bad of a deal. Again, remember, not trying to convince anybody to buy anything, just mentioning that if you're into spending money in this game, this is one of the best things you can spend your money on. Because while 10,000 tokens may not be able to just straight up buy you a Class S car, whenever there's sales for tokens or anything else, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're into particular cars that are maybe a bit cheaper, this is a decent way of getting the tokens. Because remember, you cannot get tokens in any other way that isn't paying to win, except for Moto Blitz, but you can only get a few tokens there and it's not all that much. So if you want to get a bunch of tokens, that's how. If you want to get a bunch of vouchers, that is how. In fact, vouchers also, from time to time when there's particular cars being offered in the stores, either for multiplayer or for Gauntlet, sometimes these cars will also show in the hot deals, and the car would show for about 400 vouchers. So we're talking about that with this amount, you might be able to buy 2 cars. Again, it's a lot of might, maybe, perhaps, but just giving you a little bit of an idea how that works. So again, for 20 bucks, I think this is one of the best offers that the game has in terms of the premium currencies. Also remember that these currencies you can use to skip stages in special events. So if there's a special event for a car that you want, but you don't have all of the required support cars, you can always spend a bunch of these tokens and skip all of those cars and get to the main reward. So that's something else to keep in mind. But okay, let's keep looking. Now, these offers, I didn't know that they were a thing, because again, these cars are already owned in my main account. But for example, they sell the Bentley Continental GT3. This is a classic car for $2. This is $2. It's not a great car, to be completely honest, but there is that. And obviously some fusion coins, but I never take into account the fusion coins because it's very little. We also have another offer for $2 for the DS E10s. This is a car that is currently needed in the special event, but if you don't have this car, you don't have some of these basic cars, you're probably not aiming to do anything on the special event or not do a lot. But either way, for $2, then we got the regular offers for the dices because the treasure rush has begun and all of that stuff. So the main thing that I wanted to talk about was this particular sale that, again, if you're into spending money on the game, even if it's not a lot, this is probably one of the best bang for the buck that you can get, simply because of the vouchers and the tokens. So yes. And as I was looking at the other offers, it's actually not in hot deals, it's in regular offers. Look at that. I was talking about the cars of the multiplayer store, the Atlantis Dracuma and the Racer Tachyon. Well, if you go over here, you can buy the Atlantis Dracuma for 230, not even 400 as I said, 230 and 310. So basically for 540 vouchers, you can get 2 Class S cars. So you see why I was saying that these vouchers are somewhat useful. Generally speaking, when cars are being sold normally, not here in special offers, they tend to be much more expensive for vouchers. So this is a pretty good deal in terms of the price that they ask for in vouchers. So there is that. And there's also some other stuff that you can buy as usual, some of these customs. Remember, however, that if you want to get this is what, the year of the rooster, the year of the, I never know, is that an elephant? I don't know what it is. But anyway, oh no, it says right there, rat. Fine, I totally knew that. If you're interested in the one about the ox, which is right here, you can buy it for, what is this, $5. But you don't need to do it this way, because there's another way for you to get this. And sorry that the color suddenly went all washed up, but that's what this thing does when the pop-ups happen in the emulator. But anyway, you can go into the DBTs, beat the time cup. And if you're able to beat my time of 1 minute, 0 seconds, and 504 milliseconds, you will be able to get the Ox suit for free. Completely for free. If you don't know how to beat this time, link should be appearing at the top right, where I made a video talking about this entire cup and how you can beat it relatively easy. So there you go. Just wanted to mention that because, hey, you could save $5 on that. Why not? So there you have it. Like I said, I just wanted to have a bit of a look to the rewards that we got, or the gift, I suppose, and also to the offers in case you're planning to go pay to win in this game, or you have already and whatever. not judgment, as I always say, not judgment. I'm not trying to convince anybody to spend money, but I'm not gonna criticize anyone else from doing it either. And I decided to do a little bit of a race over here because, man, I just love how during the Christmas season, these maps are decorated with a bunch of gingerbread men and the candy canes and the snowflakes in the camera, I suppose, or whatever. I don't know, it's kind of cool. And by the way, I'm driving that same Cadillac that I said that maybe you should get. I'm not trying to convince you or anything. Just because, man, I really like this car. Look at that wing. It may not sound amazing, but man, just look at this nitro. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I just wanted to have a look at all of this, and also to take the opportunity to wish you all happy holidays once again. I said it on the previous video, I said it at the start of this video, and I'm gonna say it again. I hope you had a good time with your family, or that you are having a good time with your family if it's still going for you, your family, your loved ones, whatever it is. Also, why don't you let me know in the comments what you got for Christmas? I'll be interested to know if anybody got something particularly fancy, or if nothing particularly fancy, just what you got. Because, oh boy, I got some socks, which for an old man, trust me, it's a really good gift, and some really good news also. So that's kind of dope for me. But yeah, why don't you let me know? But that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to grow the channel. We reached the 10,000 subscribers. Hey, we can always aim for 15, huh? But yeah, that's all for now. Once again, happy holidays, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.